How does it change when you're going out into that space?
Well, I can speak to that. I mean, really 20 to 30 in a desktop or a hosted desktop platform, like is what we provide, the size or the number of users really doesn't matter. The engine's built, the train is on the track. You just keep adding cars on a per user cost basis. So, you know, the infrastructure is there, the environment's built. You've got, you know, Exchange, your line of business application, everything's ready to go. You just keep adding cars onto the end of the train to handle the capacity you need. So whether it's 20 users or 5,000, it's the same environment. And, you know, you just make the environment a little more robust is kind of what he was talking about earlier. You know, if you need, you know, 100 VMs, it automatically springs in.
Rich, how does that pencil out for a customer that's 20, 30 employees? If they're you know, it's about, you know, half the size of what, or a third of the size of what Intelisys is, but I know when we did the math, it saved us a lot of money as a business. For a 30-employee company, what could they expect? Is it on a monthly basis?
Typically, we're running a little over $100 per user for, you know, Office documents, storage space, Exchange, that sort of thing. And then you pay on a space basis for your line of business application. So depending on that.
Retail is at $100.
That
we're being charged and we mark it up from there, or that's what the commission is?
It depends on how we work the deal. I mean, you got to remember that these deals and everything in cloud services, from the technology all the way up to it's all agile. It's very customizable.
Right.
You can do just about anything. But
is a retail number.
Okay.
So again, if you sold that customer 30 seats, $100, $3,000 a month, that's the top line revenue number that you can commission on. Matrix does have the ability to do a white label deal where you get a buy rate,
sure,
right?
Absolutely.
And that's possible as well.
So, I mean, what you end up doing is, you know, you take a customer from an environment where they've got, you know, 10 or 20 servers sitting around in a closet somewhere, and they're getting ready to replace them, you know, every 3 years. If they stretch it 5 years, it's expensive. And, I mean, that's a big capital expenditure, especially for a mid-sized company of 20, 30, 50 users. And now it's an OpEx every month on a per user basis. And it ends up saving you on average about 40% across the board in your IT spend, going to a cloud-based model.
You have a white paper on that? That'd be interesting.
Absolutely.
So are you managing servers that are on Equinix? I mean, are you have your own cloud? Is that what you do?
We have our own data centers. We've got 4 of them. Columbia, South Carolina is our headquarters. Then we've got Milwaukee, DC Metro, and Sacramento. About to add a Vegas data center. So
I'll be talking to him after.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So last question for me is, this has been an industry issue forever, is when the supplier is known to the customer, then they're looking for, you know, Doug to compete with Steve on what the lowest possible price to get on Cisco. How do you guys protect the deals as they're in play like that?
Yeah.
Once it's contracted, it seems to make sense, but how do you protect deals as they're in play?
Every supplier has a different kind of channel engagement policy and channel conflict policy. You know, Equinix, you have a deal registration policy, right? So if Doug was to register an opportunity with an Equinix, he gets protection for how long?
120 days. And if you're this close to getting the deal at the end, we'll extend it. I mean, we're not going to not extend it if it makes sense.
Yeah. Matrix, real similar. When a partner brings you a deal, you only come with the one that, you know.
Correct.
You answer the one that brung you, right?
That's right.
And you're the same, right? If a
We've been to that one.
But if a sales partner has registered a deal with Star, same thing. So that's not the case with all of our suppliers. Some, you know, ink wins and they kind of let people go at it. I can tell you that that's one of the values that we bring at Intelisys is we really help you kind of navigate those waters, because they're very, very tricky at times, no doubt.